He was told he'd never make it, that he was too small for the big leagues. But instead of giving up, he turned doubt into motivation. Now he's shocking everyone with what he can do on the court. You don't want to miss what he did in his career. Standing at just 5 feet 7 inches, Yuki Kawamura shouldn't even be here. In a league built for giants, where most players stand a full foot taller, this kid from Japan is rewriting what's possible. The average NBA player is 6 feet 7 inches. That's a skyscraper compared to Yuki, but instead of being crushed by the size difference, he's out there breaking ankles, dropping dimes, and proving that heart can outshine height. The moment Yuki stepped onto an NBA court, people laughed. Scouts said he was too small. Analysts said he'd get blocked every possession. But he didn't care. He's been hearing that same noise his whole life, and every single time, he's silenced it with one thing: results. Before the NBA, Yuki already had the reputation of a legend back home. In Japan's B-League, he was unstoppable, averaging over 20 points and 7 assists per game, winning both MVP and Rookie of the Year in the same season. That's unheard of. He wasn't just playing well, he was dominating professionals as a teenager, and it wasn't by luck. It was pure obsession. While others slept, he was in the gym, dribbling until his fingers hurt, practicing his floaters, and working on that deadly step-back jumper that's now burning NBA defenders. Then came the 2023 FIBA World Cup. The turning point. Japan went up against European powerhouses like Finland, led by NBA All-Star Lauri Markkanen. No one gave them a chance. But when Yuki took the court, everything changed. He exploded for 25 points and 9 assists, taking over the fourth quarter like a man possessed. He dropped 15 straight points to lead Japan to their first ever win against a European team in World Cup history. That was the night the world realized. This kid was a storm. Fast forward to the 2024 Paris Olympics, and the story got even crazier. Japan was facing France, a lineup stacked with names like Rudy Gobert, Nicolas Batum, and Victor Wembanyama, a literal 7'4" giant. But none of that mattered. Kawamura lit them up for 29 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. The smallest guy on the court was outplaying NBA All-Stars. Every time France tried to trap him, he slipped through like smoke. He hit step-backs, floaters, crossovers, the kind of moves that made even opposing fans cheer. Japan lost in overtime, but Kawamura's name was now echoing across the globe. That performance didn't just earn respect, it earned opportunity. The Memphis Grizzlies took notice, signing him to an Exhibit 10 contract basically, a long-shot tryout. But Yuki didn't see it as a gamble. He saw it as a door, and once that door cracked open, he kicked it down. During the preseason, he made every second count. In limited minutes, he was throwing no-look assists, cutting through defenders, and controlling the floor like a veteran. His game against the Pacers turned heads. 10 points, 7 assists, and plays that had the crowd gasping. The shortest player in the NBA was officially making defenders look lost. But as much as Yuki shocked the world with his rise, the real challenge was just beginning. Because stepping into the NBA isn't just about talent, it's about surviving against monsters who live above the rim. See, it's one thing to make it to the NBA, it's another to survive there. And for Yuki Kawamura, that reality hit hard. The NBA isn't just a league, it's a battlefield of giants. Every night, he's facing players who are not just taller, they're stronger, faster, meaner. Guys like Victor Wembanyama, Rudy Gobert, Zach Edey, human skyscrapers who can swat a ball out of the air without even jumping. And here's Yuki, barely 5 feet 7 inches, trying to carve a lane through mountains. At first, the stats didn't look pretty. 1 point per game, shooting just 26% from the field, barely touching the ball outside garbage time. The internet critics came crawling back, calling him too small, too weak, just a hype story. But Yuki didn't break. He's been here before. When the noise gets louder, he just gets quieter and works. Every night, he stayed in the gym long after the lights went out. He studied film. He learned every angle, every space on the court where his size could actually be an advantage. While everyone else tried to overpower defenders, Yuki focused on outsmarting them. He started using his speed like a weapon, cutting through defenses before they even realized what happened. He wasn't just keeping up, he was starting to dictate the tempo. And when he wasn't in the NBA rotation, he took over the G League. That's where the real version of Yuki came alive again. With the Memphis Hustle, he completely flipped the narrative, averaging almost 12 assists per game, the highest in the entire league. That's not a typo. Nobody, not veterans, not big names, could match his playmaking. He had games with 15 and even 16 assists, dropping passes through the smallest gaps imaginable. It was like watching a chess master play against people still learning the rules. He's not padding stats, he's controlling the game. He reads defenders before they even move. He's threading passes between arms, around legs, and sometimes through double teams like it's nothing. When you watch him play, it's not power that impresses you, it's precision. He doesn't need to jump higher or shoot over anyone. He just finds the one opening no one else sees. But the craziest part? Even after dominating in the G League, he's not satisfied. He knows his scoring still needs work. He's been grinding on his jumper, his floater, and his finishing. The tools every undersized guard needs to survive in this league. He already shot over 40% from deep in Japan. Now he's adjusting to the NBA line, and once that shot starts falling again, defenders are done for. Because how do you guard a guy who's faster than you, smarter than you, and can now shoot over you? You can't. And while the numbers might not show it yet, his impact is real. Every time he checks into a game, the crowd wakes up. Fans cheer just seeing him touch the ball. In Memphis, in Portland, even on the road, chants of, "We want Yuki!" echo across arenas. He's not just another rookie, he's a phenomenon. Japan's watching, the NBA's watching, and now everyone's starting to realize this isn't a feel-good story. It's a revolution. But Yuki's rise isn't just about the stats or the highlights. It's about what he's doing to the entire basketball world. Because this 5'7" underdog isn't just surviving in the NBA, he's changing how people think about the game itself. What Yuki Kawamura is doing right now isn't just rare, it's historic. The NBA has never seen anything like this. A 5'7" guard from Japan taking on a league built for giants and winning fans all over the world while doing it. They called him too small. Now he's proving the entire basketball world wrong. In Japan, they call it Yuki Mania. Every game he plays, fans are losing their minds, staying up at 3 a.m. just to watch him touch the floor for 2 minutes. The Grizzlies used to be just another Western team. Now they're one of the most watched NBA franchises in Japan. That's what Yuki's doing. He's turning fans into believers, kids into dreamers, and doubters into witnesses. And even in American arenas, where fans barely know his name, something crazy happens. The second he checks in, people start chanting, "We want Yuki!" It's not just because he's small. It's because every time he's out there, you feel the energy shift. He moves different. He plays different. There's something magnetic about watching a guy that size fearlessly drive into the paint against players twice his height. He makes the impossible look normal. But what really makes Yuki special isn't just his skills, it's his mindset. He knows exactly who he is. He's not pretending to be something he's not. He's not trying to dunk over Wembanyama. He's trying to outthink him. He's using his speed, his brain, and his timing to beat players who have every physical advantage. That's real basketball IQ. That's the difference between being flashy and being unstoppable. And Yuki isn't just inspiring fans, he's inspiring a new generation. In Japan, kids who once believed the NBA was out of reach are now dreaming bigger. They're dribbling faster, shooting earlier, believing harder. Because if a 5'7" kid from Yamaguchi can walk into the NBA and make the world take notice, what excuse does anyone else have? He's breaking barriers that no one thought could be broken. He's not just representing Japan. He's representing every underdog who's ever been told they're too small, too weak, or not built for this. Every crossover, every assist, every made shot is a message. You don't need to be tall to stand tall. Because if this is what the shortest player in the NBA can do, just wait till you see what happens when the league's biggest underdog becomes its biggest problem.